Hi, I'm George Russell. I've been thinking lately about the hip in relation to the low back of the leg. The hip may be the very most important joint to keep flexible if you want to protect your body from degenerating, and it's also probably the most important joint to keep stable if you want to have good posture and prevent immediate injuries. The thing I'm thinking about today is that when there are problems in the hip that have to do with forward and back motion, the problem tends to go into the low back. When there are problems that have to do with rotation of the hips in and out, then the problem tends to go into the knees. And I'm going to show you a couple things you can do for that. So for forward and back problems in the hips, there are two muscles that if you can get them to release enough to have a good range of motion, you're going to have a much easier time preventing low back pain. The first one is the psoas muscle. I'm going to show you two psoas stretches. First one looks like this. You come into the deepest lunge you can with your shin perpendicular to the ground. You have your arm on something, put your arm forward, because if you put it back, you're going to arch. There's no arching in this stretch. Then you turn your hips towards the front leg to make sure that you'll get a good stretch. You're stretching the psoas on this side, and it's across here, under the abdomen, and across the front of the hip. Take your arm over your head, and then use your arm to lift your waist. Don't just make a shape. Lean a little bit forward so you won't arch, and bend sideways over the table, or whatever you're using. I don't think you have a table, massage table in your house probably, but compress your abdomen as much as you can, and you should feel a stretch right here. If you want, you can also then reach and make a cross with your two forearms and twist your body towards the table. That may add to the stretch. It's different with every person. So that's one stretch you can do. Another stretch you can try, you can do in bed. And that's always good. So your head could be, you don't need a pillow for this, but you could have one. One foot goes over the bottom of the bed and hooks it. So your foot is turned in and your foot is hooking the bed. The other arm, the back leg should be straight. So it's the top arm and the top leg. The top arm reaches to somewhere. It can be the side of the bed or the top of the bed. It can be bent. The leg should be straight. And then you pull with both the arm and the leg. If you don't feel a stretch, roll your torso forward and take the other arm on the other side of you and pull. You should feel a stretch right here. You can compress your abdomen if you want to feel it more. So that's the psoas. That will give you more flexibility in your hips to do this motion, and that will take stress off your lower back as well. You will have less of this in the low back. For the hamstring, on the other side, that will help you to make more of a fold in your legs. So when you bend forward, you can forward bend from your hips and not take it in your lower back. So what you do is take your thigh as close to your belly as you can and leave it there. Lift your foot as high as you can without your thigh moving away from your belly. Hold it there for about 7 breaths. That's arbitrary. And then bring it down. If you want, you can assess your hamstring length before and after by doing this stretch, where you take both legs straight, you're holding on to something just for balance. Turn your hips towards the wall. You'll feel how tight your hamstrings are and how far you can go forward. You can do that again after you've done that stretch, and you might be really surprised at how different it feels and how far you can go. So that's for low back pain that comes from the hips. The reason that twisting problems in the hips can lead to problems in the knees is because when your hips don't twist very much, your knee takes it over passively. So if my hip won't open very much when I do this, then the lower leg has to rotate like this, and then I can get problems in the knee. So this is a stretch you can do as long as it doesn't hurt your knee. You can just stay here with your leg up on something, could be a bed, and try to get your back leg straight and try to turn your pelvis towards the front leg. You should feel it under the bottom of your butt, and this should really help. You can press down on the thigh. That will also help to increase the pressure, and if there is any sensation in your knee, this will probably take the sensation away. Another stretch you can do that you might be familiar with is this one. Cross your leg over the other one, and then you lift up your thigh. Both legs you just relax, and again, you probably feel it here. And let's see what else. You can take your knee in your hand like this with your leg relaxed and try to bring your knee towards that direction, so in halfway between up and side. And again, you'll feel that stretch here because these are the muscles that turn your leg in. So try those stretches and see if they help you, and do let me know.